Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from a cold Norwich University up in Vermont. Getting ready to fly back later this afternoon from flying up to see my mom this weekend in New York City, and then my boy had a couple of hockey games, so I jumped on a JetBlue flight and came up here and surprised him. So great weekend, and got to be honest with you, I told you so. I sometimes I hate saying that, to be honest with you, because usually something bad has happened and I was right. But take a look at our China puts that we put on last week. $8,000 profit in those. Take a look at the puts that we put on the S&P 500. I bought the 3,200 puts, and those things are also up $8,700 in under a week, ladies and gentlemen. And that's over $16,000 on two trades. Look at our month-to-date performance. Bearish on China, 22 grand. Bearish on our market, 87. That's over $30,000 in month-to-date profit, folks. I told you last week this was going to happen. I said it's absolutely going to get worse and is horrific. When Donald Trump's, what was it, last Tuesday, sat in a CNBC interview and said everything's fine, absolutely under control, everything's great. I'm like, done. He's absolutely lying through his teeth, folks. This, and you ready for this? Even with the Dow being down, we bottomed out at 500. Now we're only down 400. It is going to get worse. This hasn't even started yet. But I told you this was going to happen, folks. And I said, when, not if, we implode, we're probably going to, the only quote support or any technical analysis underneath this market right now is this 50-day moving average down here at 31.96. We're heading lower, folks. Markets take an escalator up and they take an elevator down. And in this case, they're taking the window, and we're going to go lower. I'm telling you, folks, we're going to go lower. This isn't even close to being contained. China's got like tens of thousands of people like little ants building hospitals, 1,000, 2,000 person hospitals. It's blasting around the world. There is no cure for it. We can talk over beer whether or not China stole this virus from a Canadian, essentially their CDC, and this thing got released by accident, but we'll see, man. It's absolutely going to get worse. I can't stress this enough. Every live trade brief I did last week, what did I say? I said, get out of every position you're in, get long volatility, and get short the S&P 500 by buying puts. Everybody give me a vertical head nod. If you listen to me, you are printing money right now as other people are panicking. That's what I do here at Top Gun Options. What did I tell you last week? I said, look at this. The VIX is up 23%. Low volatility, little spike, low volatility, little spike. I said, folks, the big one is a coming, man. And look at where I drew when we were buying calls last week. I pulled this up. This is from last week's webinar, folks. Look at that. Where did I predict volatility was going to go? I'm what, 10 cents off, folks. And I hate doing this, but I don't. Right? In times like this, it's tough to talk about money, but it's not. Right? I'll put my flight suit on, wrap myself in a flag, and tell you how I feel about America and the world and what's going on. And then I'll put my $6,000 Armani, Gordon Gekko Wall Street suit on and tell you, you got to make money off of this, folks. Everybody's going to panic, and you're sitting on the other side of the trade saying, give me, I got it. You guys are all going nuts, and I'm printing money. Here's what you need to do if you didn't get on board. I did a brief last week to try and hook people up. If you didn't get on board, there's still room. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/joint. Okay? You're going to get access to our weekly options brief and portfolio. And men lie, numbers don't. There are the numbers month to date. Bearish China, bearish on the S&P 500, XLY, Lulu, and look at that the only quote loss this month was on Boeing when it popped a little bit in an iron condor, down $2,300. Don't have all winning trades. Nobody does. It's physically impossible. And if they say they do, they're lying through their teeth. There's our loss in this portfolio for the month. But look at this, folks. This is absolutely awesome. And Get on board. We'll also give you access to every Tuesday morning's primary live trade brief. Don't worry if you can't attend these live. We send out text and email alerts. It's only $195 a month. I got to update this slide right here. Look at that. We are blowing away our fourth quarter performance, and January ain't even over yet. Our 1 month return is up there north of $30. This was our fourth quarter performance. Told you this was going to happen. It's going lower. Look out below. I predicted that there would be a mid to end of January pullback and a February shit show, and didn't even know this virus thing was going to happen. So this is the excuse the markets are using to also sell off. Plus the fact that it's absolutely going to impact world GDP, our GDP. Airlines are imploding. The casino stocks are imploding. People aren't going to want to fly on planes, go on cruise ships. They certainly ain't going in the casinos. That's going to impact everything, ladies and gentlemen. So get ready. Told you last week, I can't say this enough. This is going to get worse. Okay? Everybody give me a vertical head nod that you just heard that. And then this idiot, Donald Trump, read the transcript. I'm like, dude, seriously. Here's what I tweeted. Last week in Davos, you said you had everything under control with the coronavirus. How's that looking? Care less about yourself now and more about the world. I could give a shit about impeachment right now, Mr. President. Oh, well, maybe he just read my response. We are in very close communication with China concerning the virus. Very few cases reported in the USA. That's a lie, but strongly on watch. We have offered China and President Xi any help that is necessary. Our experts are extraordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, so one of the reasons the market kept going up in the past couple weeks was what? A phase one agreement. First of all, I've been saying for 18 months that we've been in this thing, that whatever China signs, it's not going to be worth the paper it's printed on. Period. They're not going to do anything that they say they're going to do. Now that they have people, they have 50, close to 60 million people quarantined. Last week, it went from a city of 11 million people, which is New York and a half, to a New York-sized city, so that was 18 million. Then it was 25. By the time I got on an airplane to come up here or up to New York, there was 25 million people under quarantine. You know what that is, folks? Let's put it in our terms. That's the state of Florida. Can you imagine trying to quarantine? Now it is the state of, well, actually, technically, it's the state of Texas. No, it's physically impossible, man. Absolute embarrassment, Mr. President. Stop with the impeachment shit. You better be very thankful. You got to be thankful, Mr. President, that this thing broke out, which is sick to say, I know, and that Kobe Bryant, absolute horror out in California with his daughter. Now's not the time to bring up Kobe Bryant's past. Any death is tragic, and I am part of man. Man is part of me. We are all in this thing together. Anybody's loss of life is horrific. So I saw some CNN and other reporters doing the guy was a rapist thing. I'm like, really? His grave isn't even cold yet, and they're pulling that shit out. But anyway, I flew 3-4 years in this area where this helicopter crashed. I flew in an F-18 Hornet, and I flew in a T-34 Charlie, a single-engine turboprop. I will tell you that there's a marine layer that plagues Southern California. It goes up to about 2,000 feet. Guess where some of these mountains are? 1,000, 2,000-ish feet. Guess what the dude was doing? He was doing what I have done hundreds of times before and didn't crash. He was trying to sneak underneath those clouds in between the mountains so he didn't have to pop up in altitude and get an IFR clearance. Only one person should be dead because of that crash yesterday. The pilot. The dude was an idiot, and aviation is a self-cleaning oven. God bless Kobe. God bless his beautiful daughter and his family. Christ almighty. I can't even fathom that for the wife and the three sisters. God, ditch the rape stuff, folks. First of all, never went to trial, and the dude settled. Didn't go to trial, didn't get convicted. You're an innocent man, in my opinion. Take a look at the OJ thing. I'm sick of this shit. People jumping on this guy. It's disgusting. U.S. confirms at least one injured in missile attack on direct hit on our embassy in Baghdad, and then over in Afghanistan, one of our intelligence gathering aircraft was shot down. My initial text and on my non-classified phone, an extremely high-ranking CIA individual was on that aircraft. So here we are, and we also lost a soldier in Syria yesterday in Donald Trump's "Let's Secure the Oil Field" campaign against the Russians. A lot of stuff going on here, folks. And what did I tell you about volatility? Even if you didn't get long volatility last week, when I told you right here, it's not too late. Well, Wiz, look at that. I thought you say when volatility is cheap, you buy it. When it's expensive, you sell it. Guess what? It can get expensive-er. Look at this. We're right there. Hell, we topped out in the VIX, the 1-year chart of the VIX up here. We could go another 7 points higher. And I got to be honest with you, we are in uncharted territory. This thing isn't like SARS in 2003. 800 people dead, world economy imploding. This is worse than SARS. So I was in the SIBO and the CBOT when the VIX hit a 90 in the financial crisis. The VIX can go higher, folks, just because you're like, damn, Wiz, you were right. You're printing money. I missed it. You didn't. I'm telling you it's going lower and volatility is going higher. There's no way this market, I'm telling you, man, please. First of all, become a member. Go.topgunoptions.com/join. Do not step in today and try and bottom feed. You will be sad. You'll be broke. Do not bottom feed here. Now is the time to keep getting defensive. I'm warning you, folks, and I'm going to be right, okay? Go.topgunoptions.com/join. Today, we're actually going to do weekly options in about 45 minutes at 11 o'clock, just because this afternoon, when we usually do weekly options and solo Amazon, I'll be on an airplane back to South Florida. Normal schedule the rest of the week after that, and we might do a pop-up full throttle this week just to help people out, man. I feel bad at times like this that people either didn't listen or they're not members here at Top Gun Options and they're looking at their 01k this morning. That used to be a 601k last week. This can happen in the blink of an eye, folks, and this is why you want to be here at Top Gun Options, because I brief everybody on all of the potential threats. And we're hedged. We have an ejection seat while other people are flying around naked or with an anvil parachute like Wile E. Coyote, okay? Go.topgunoptions.com/join. You sign up today, I'll give you 25% annual discount if you get on board for a year, okay? Have a great rest of your day. I'll see the weekly options folks, or no. So what am I doing? Solo, whatever we're doing at 11, we're going to do a joint brief tomorrow morning for weekly options and primary live trade brief. That's right. That's exactly what we're doing, okay? Have a great rest of your day. God bless, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. We'll see you.